Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. It's been a while. Um, yeah, so I feel like a lot has happened since the last time that we spoke. I feel like I look really red right now. Uh, so my spy chart is very developed, perhaps compared to the last time you saw it. I'm pretty sure that the last time that we hung out was we were still above the uptrend. I don't know if I did an update after the CPI pump, which ultimately led to a dump as a result of the Powell speech, which is basically what we were looking for. We were looking for distribution. I know that the last thing, like the we were. I mean, look, not to pat myself on the back or anything, but like we pretty much we I mean, as far as fortune telling goes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. You can't expect much more than what we delivered, right? We said, I know that for sure, we said that we were going to be in calls going into CPI. You got to follow me on Twitter, okay? I'm just way more active. It's way easier. I can just let my brain dump into Twitter. I don't have to sit down in front of my computer and adjust my camera and I look like a cherry. I can just be like, yo, this is what I think, blah blah blah, and then I get the dopamine from the likes and the dislike comments or whatever, and then I'm happy. It looks like SPY's getting a good little move here in after hours. We're up about 50 cents or so. 4 hours looking good. I feel pretty bullish where we are. So, if you remember, I know for sure that what we said was, if at any point we break below this uptrend, then our target range is off of this Fibonacci, right? Which we have already like pre-drawn here, you can see. So it's that this red zone was like our target range, right? So 366 to 380. I put horizontal lines just to make the Fibonacci more permanent there. You're seeing that we drove down. Looks like we had a little bit of a bear trap, and now we're forming like a rounded bottom sort of look. So we're starting to look pretty accumulative here going into this downtrend here, okay? So my running thesis right now is that, wait, where was that trend line from? That trend line, it's not a thing yet. That's a hypothetical trend line. So obviously, look, like we were saying, let me zoom out because I know there's a lot going on. I'm not explaining the chart. So we had this distribution play out. So this is a complete distribution now. Okay, so like you've completed the distributive phase that we were saying this whole time. Hey, this looks really, we were like, oh, it looks pretty good here, and then it really was getting this McDonald's Archie kind of look going. You had your final upthrust here with the CPI report. Popped up, boom, Powell sent it to hell. You broke the uptrend. You went to super hell. And so now, this was just, again, toot toot, dude. Like, this was always the move. And if you even remember back here, we were calling for the 385 move down. And it was because we were seeing this sort of distributive action occurring, and they really just dragged it along, right? They just dragged out this distribution because they had enough on hand. They were dumping, went short, finished the move. So now what you're doing is you're retracing this entire move up that you had, right? If you're an Elliott wave type of person, which is important, by the way. I'm not discounting Elliott wave by any means. What you'd say is probably you had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave sequence here, and now you're in a corrective wave down. Okay, I think this is like your first A leg down here, and I think that what's coming next, in relatively soon, is you should be breaking. if you break this downtrend, okay, this red downtrend that we have drawn here, based on these 2 touch points, hopefully the chart's not too messy. There's a lot going on in this chart now, I'm realizing. Let me take this off here. What we're looking for is we have a gap here at about $399 on SPY that correlates. This is the uptrend, okay? So the uptrend that we said if we break it, we're going to hell. We broke it, we went to hell. So you have that uptrend, which is a magnet, okay? And then you also are going to have, if this is the bottom, if you break this downtrend, you really don't have any resistance other than horizontal resistance on your way up. So I'm actually projecting a pretty swift move here to fill this gap, okay, and correlate it with this uptrend test. So I'm thinking that I feel crazy, okay, with everything going on. So this is not financial advice at all. This is simply technical analysis, okay? I'm a dumb person, okay? I'm not smart. Do you know that I finished high school, I probably had like a 2.5, 2.4 GPA. I am not a smart guy, okay? So what I'm saying right now is dumb, okay? Don't listen to me no matter what. See how my face is the same color as the red thing that's right behind me on the chart? I'm clearly not smart, okay? So don't listen to what I'm about to tell you. And don't trust it. Because I'm an idiot. But in my dumb little brain, it does make sense that you would produce a retraced move to to this target range, okay? It seems aggressive. I know what you're thinking, okay? I know exactly what you're thinking. But I'm thinking that, you should get a move to this range, 395, 403. By, what's this date? Oh, because Christmas happens, so then we lose dates here. By the 23rd to the 27th, maybe. And then so probably what happens after that is I do think that you ultimately get rejected. But you probably do this kind of dance here. Maybe people get a little bullish and then you kind of redistribute is my expectation. So again, not smart. I'm not a smart guy. I'm just a guy. Just a guy. Okay? So don't do anything financial based on what I'm saying here. Okay? Come to your own conclusions, dude. You disgust me. I'm just kidding. All right. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking on SPY. Tesla has been dude. Tesla and Doge. Oh my. The anti-Elon. The basically, I don't know, it just happens to be. But oh my goodness, I got way too much going on here. It might be a little unhealthy, the way that I've been following Doge, okay? But I've been shorting the shit out of Doge. Yeah, see, I got way too many lines. There's a lot going on here, dude. Doge is very serious. It's a very serious matter for me right now. But yeah, whenever it's actually crazy, but and you don't have to believe me when I tell you this. I can go dig up the messages. But in the group text with Rico, Trey Hill, and Colin Gladman, I sent them a chart on November 12th-ish, something like that. Or you know what? It was actually, I think it was November. It was somewhere in this range. I don't know. But basically, the chart is like this. I swear. You don't have to believe me, okay? Don't believe me. Assume I'm lying. But literally, we've been calling for 6 cents on Doge. I didn't make it public probably until I started to see this move weaken. So once we started to see this this rolling over start to happen of price here is when I started to say on Twitter, so end of November, early December, hey, I'm targeting 6 cents on Doge. And so I was loading shorts all up in here. And I know YouTube, you guys didn't see that. That's why you need to follow me on Twitter. Because again, stream of consciousness. You guys are kind of used to the SPY updates now. But yeah, I was loading shorts all in here, and I've been scalping it all the way down. And the thesis was just basically like it's just this like super distributive structure just overall. The reason that I was thinking that is because I knew that there's a lot of correlated support here on a macro basis. So I had a good idea that it was going to bounce because of this yellow line correlated with this red line. Like there's a really good chance that you're going to bounce here. And then I figured that the final correlation towards the end of the year, beginning of next year, was going to be that you were going to dump into this zone here. This white line's more temporary. And so yeah, we're right on track here. Maybe even one more little pumpy here to like 8-ish cents, and then you should start seeing a dumpy into this little triangle-ish kind of zone that is all it is this green uptrend, this yellow downtrend, and then this red downtrend. And I'm going to make separate videos talking about these opportunities, like maybe just like macro Doge, macro Tesla, macro whatever. Because I just, I mostly do the SPY content, but I just think that these opportunities need to make it to YouTube somehow. And I mean, I'm not going to cover them every day because I just don't have enough time to do that. But I will say here, I'm actually very concerned about Doge on a more macro scale. I think that you see, there's not a lot of volume. This move from like 1 cent up to like 8 or 9 cents here, there's almost no volume down here from the 1 to 2 cent range. I mean, there was no selling. There was no selling pressure whatsoever. And so I think it's actually pretty likely that, and I'm not quite sure on my time frame yet. I do think that you bounce in this zone here, and I mean, you could even create a larger move. You could, and that could even lead to an even larger move. But it seems like on a long-term basis, there is a and I'm not in a position for this right now. Like I'm not positioning myself speculating that there will be a move to 1 cent or 1.5 cents or whatever as of now. But the chart is kind of giving me those kind of end of the world, like everyone's crying because their Doge is like a penny kind of vibes right now. And we'll see what this reaction is like to this new downtrend that was established here, because right here it does look pretty nice. It does look like you're developing a nice little swooping structure, like a rounding bottom, like you were seeing on that SPY chart that I showed you earlier. So there is the possibility for relief here. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not positioned and I'm not tying my name to it or anything like that. Because a move to 30 cents also does make a lot of sense. Sense. But maybe wham, right? Distribute. See what happens. I mean, because then the structure does look pretty good. The structure does look, it looks like here, I will say, when I look at it like this, it does look accumulative in nature. But if you don't get out of this 25 to 30 cent range on that sort of rally, I think I'm going to play for that 30 cent rally first. And then if it breaks through all this support, then I'm going to be in the 1 cent camp. So like, if it breaks through, maybe it messes around here and then it finds its way down here, then you're probably just like, go going to, I mean, Elon just goes, I don't care, I capitulate. I don't even want to own Doge anymore. Just he's like, whatever. I'm never whatever, because that's pretty much what's holding the price up, from a fundamental narrative standpoint. So I know what you're thinking. Well, a lot of you might be thinking, oh, so it can go up or down. Thanks, Dave. But mainly the main takeaway that I would say is if you really lose this 5.5 cents, basically, I'm going to be a very hungry bear, okay? Alternatively, if you break 11 cents and you break through this downtrend, I could see you at 30 cents, and then we'll see, So, a lot of volatility coming for Doge. That's what I'm telling you. All right, Tesla. I do not have mixed opinions about Tesla. I do not have mixed feelings about Tesla. I am highly convicted, okay? Let me tell you what I'm convicted in. I haven't talked about this on YouTube. I've only talked about it on Twitter, but I've talked a lot about it on Twitter, okay? I tweeted this on November 8th. I said Tesla macro is one of the weakest charts. I've been thinking this for a while, but I just finally publicly said it once it broke down here, and then it came to retest here, and it failed here. I was like, okay, white flag, dude. There's nothing good here, okay? Tesla macro is one of the weakest charts I've ever seen. I literally don't care if it goes to $1,000 from here, and that's why I didn't say anything, because I could still see a crazy redistribution, crazy fucking thing happen there. But once it broke through here, once it broke through 180 at this point, I was like, yeah, okay, this is over. All right, so let me tell you what's going to happen, in my opinion, not financial advice. Dumb guy, red face. I am I don't know what the narrative is going to be or whatever. I don't know what story is going to be told about this or that makes this happen or whatever. But look at that, 179. Didn't I say that level was the one that really turned me off? You saw I just deleted that white line. Isn't that funny? That's a 236 on this. You broke through 236. You're easy 106, okay, baby? Don't even think about it. I mean, this thing has been dumping its face off. It's down 30% since I had tweeted that. Actually, let's bring that back up just so that you can see. Where is it? Okay. Just so you can visualize, because it absolutely jumped off a cliff today. Yeah, 31.64%. Might see some relief here, short term. Hopefully. And I don't know if this is I think overall maybe the anti-Elon, so Elon's been the hero of the stock market and finance and whatever for a long time now, for years. Maybe now what you're seeing is a reversion, where now they kind of paint him as this evil person, or you're starting to see it with the politics. And again, I don't care about his political opinions. Whatever. I'm not here to tell you that I disagree or agree with him. I don't care. I just care about, not to be shallow or anything, but I don't give a shit what Elon does with Twitter or something. It's none of my business. The guy's a multi-billionaire. $100 billion. So basically kind of the same thing with Doge, right? There's just this giant, super stupid rally that occurred here, and there's no volume to support any of this move. None of it. There's no volume. All the volume is at the historical bottom of the chart. Let me adjust this so that it's a little bit more granular. I hate that the default is this 24 row size. It's crazy. I always set it to 1,000, just so you can see the detail. Okay, so again, there's nothing supporting this entire rally relative to here. You know what that means? That means that that institutions bought the living hell out of Tesla between 2014 and 2019, and their final buy whatever was the COVID knockdown. This was your backup to LPS. Literally, I mean, top tier, baby. Okay? Back up to last point of support. And then they sent this thing on a rocket ship, and they stopped buying, and they just let retail buy this thing to infinity. And they said, yeah, I mean, once they stop buying it, then we'll shift the focus. What happened? So towards the end of last year, literally at the top, literally at the all-time top. You know what? I'm gonna pull up the tweet for you. What? Let me. You can't search for tweets on desktop the way that you can for on mobile. What's up with that? Anyway, I remember. It was the beginning of December. Or maybe November? I don't know. He said, oh, I'm going to sell $5 billion worth of Tesla and donate it to charity. He had a poll, remember? What he was telling you was, this is the top. That's what he was telling you. He sold his Tesla stock. He's been selling since. Okay? Let me tell you where this thing's going. In my opinion, not financial advice. Dumb red guy. I think it's easy $47. Easy. And I think it's actually pretty likely that it distributes all the way back down to this volume shelf at $24. You heard it here first. I'm the crazy guy on Twitter right now, okay? Everybody, they're like, oh, yeah, Dave, they think that I'm not serious, but I'm serious. I'm serious. And look, I'm not saying it's going to happen like this. No, dude. I mean, that would be cool. I'd be down. And whatever. But, you can break out. You can have relief, and it can take years. This can take years, okay? But in my opinion, it is like I don't need any more validation. I don't need outside whatever. In my opinion, this is happening, okay? The shit's going to $25 to $50, okay? It's definitely going to bounce at this $64. Yeah, of course it will. Telling you, dude. Not financial advice. That's just my opinion, dude. I know it's crazy. It's a crazy thing to speculate and say or whatever, but this is the biggest, nastiest, ugliest distribution that I've ever seen. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog barking in the background. And there's just nothing bullish about this chart. There's nothing, and people go, well, it's Tesla, great company, fast cars, electric, it's the future, dude. And don't get me wrong. I think Tesla's technology is incredible. I think the moat that they've developed with self-driving technology is amazing. I think it's amazing. And I don't think any of that actually matters in the short term for price action. I think that's going to matter later. All right? Because this stock, and I see this too on Twitter, and I got to go because I got a haircut in a little bit. But I see this too on Twitter is like, oh, literally I saw a tweet today. Oh, Tesla hasn't had this many bad, big red days since they were on the brink of bankruptcy and yada, yada, whatever. This company, and again, I don't care about valuations or whatever, but this is built in. Okay, this is all wrapped into the Composite Man narrative. He pre-planned this whole thing. He made Elon the figure that he made Elon, and now you're seeing that. I think that he's turning it around, and he's turning Elon into a dump fest instead of a pump fest. He pumped Bitcoin, he pumped Doge, he pumped alts, he pumped Tesla, he pumped all kinds of stuff. And now I think that he's flipping it on its head. He's turning Elon into the opposite guy. So everything he touches turns to shit for a while. And then eventually, over the course of years, it might not take this long or whatever. I don't know. But I think he's turning it on its head. And eventually it'll come back and Tesla will be great. And you're seeing Elon tweet these and it's not nefarious. It's not cryptic in any way. He's saying, Tesla, it's in the long term, it's a good hold. And I don't know if I necessarily disagree. Okay? Again, I love the technology. I love the cars. I really do. I'm a big fan. But I think what he's trying to say is like, yeah, yo, we're a little overvalued, dude. Like we're worth like, if you combine the market cap of Mercedes-Benz and BMW and Ford, and you combine all the major car companies, they don't even have the same market cap as Tesla, and they're selling way more vehicles. And again, I don't care about fundamentals. I don't care about car sales because it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters at all. I think that this is how you see the narratives come into life. Okay? So, is this the master downtrend? That's the real question, I guess. Like, is this what you do? Yeah, I mean, I could see that over the course of the next year or two. I don't think it's gonna happen like within a year. That's a long way down, dude. Holy shit! How far down is that? $25? Yeah, man. 94. This thing is gonna be dead. People are gonna be kicking it to make sure it's still alive. I'm telling you, man. Remember this video, dude. Remember this video. Don't do anything irresponsible. Okay? This is one of those, you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have some balls if you're going to want to have a position in this, okay? Because they're going to rip your face off as a short to try and shake you out of this thing. They are. It's not going to be like this stress-free guaranteed ticket to, infinite wealth. That's definitely not what's going to happen. They're going to shake you out. But I do think that you're starting to see it happen. And I do think that the distribution's already complete. And I think that what's left now is markdown over the course of the next year or two. All right. There goes Doom and Gloom Dave. Always the super bear, that Dave. What a bear. SPY breaking out. Looks really strong, guys. Oh my god, I tweeted this. I was like, how crazy would you think I am if I said 400 by Thursday? Wouldn't it be crazy if by the end of the week this thing is at $400? People would be I personally would be expecting to reshort this, okay? I mean, I could have my mind changed, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be looking to go short if it gets up to this 395, 400 range and wait it out, because I do think that eventually you at least go to this 366. All right? Anyway, hopefully you have a great, wonderful rest of your day. Hopefully Dave won't disappear for weeks at a time like I have been. Just busy, dude. This is just full disclosure. This is not my full-time thing. Content creation definitely isn't. Content creation is like 1% of what I do. Trading, stuff like that. The Twitter, social media, if I put it all together, about like time that I spend, like business, because this isn't really business. I make like $200 a month off of YouTube. But if I combine it with the trading, the money that I make from trading, whatever, this probably represents like 20% of what I do. I'm a business guy. I love business. So that's what I do. I do business. I just do this because I think that my opinion, a lot of times on the market, I'm kind of contrarian and, I have an interesting take, That's a weird thing to say about yourself, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not like, whatever, dude. Maybe I'm a fucking sociopath. It's possible. This looks really good. I do think that this is going to rally. Crazy. But yeah, so this isn't that serious to me, and I don't really think most people should be full-time traders, honestly. Like I think that it's better to take more macro positions, weeks, months at a time, to go against your larger portfolio, essentially, right? So like if you see a rally coming, you play the call side. You see a dump coming, you play the put side. But generally speaking, you have like a larger net position that's years, like 5-10 years, and then you have a 30-year retirement kind of position. This is just fun. I enjoy this. I enjoy technical analysis. I enjoy being able to see moves coming and then see them play out. I mean, it's just fun. And the social media thing makes it even more fun because I get all the engagement and stuff like that, the dopamine hits or whatever. So that's way too much stuff. I've talked a lot. It's a 30-minute video. Been a while since we had a 30-minuter. Hopefully enjoyed. And yeah, say hi to your mom and them for me. All right. Wait, what's today, dude? All right, I'm going to get a haircut. It's Tuesday, December 20th. If I don't see you before then, I probably will. But if I don't see you before then, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever, Happy Holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate, and hug your family. Tell them you love them because the market's gonna crash. I'm just kidding. No, tell them you love them because you should. That's what you should do. It's the right thing. None of us are here forever. Gotta appreciate each other while we're here. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later. Peace out, Girl Scout.